studio with us, we welcome Laurie Edwell, Director of the Options Care Centre, and Jeanette Peterson, Manager of the Teen Parent Support Section. May I start with a question, why so many teen pregnancies?
Well, it's not new, but the increase is obviously a concern. And I think the years of COVID certainly made it more difficult relationally in families, financial pressures, and things like that. But it's ultimately a sense of pressure on the family itself, and I think that those issues, fatherlessness, sometimes financial pressure in the family, relational issues between parents and teens, it sometimes makes the teenagers more vulnerable to teen pregnancy. Also, society is the pressure to be sexually active and to submit to that pressure is very high in schools and amongst youth.
Yeah. And adult men are often also accused of being guilty. What is your experience at Options?
Well, I think teen girls, when there's financial struggle, are vulnerable to that side of it, where an older gentleman can buy things for her and put pressure on in that way. And I think empowering her on the side to how can she meet her needs in other ways is important.
Yeah. And Jeanette, falling pregnant is a life-changing event for any woman, and I can imagine that for a teenage girl it must be devastating.
Yeah, friends, you don't have the same communication anymore. So you, especially when you're a mother, you cannot speak about the things of your child, especially at school, friends. Maybe your child is sick or this is happening or something fun that you want to share. You cannot share it because they don't relate.
Yeah.
So it's difficult.
And Laurie, at Options, you assist pregnant teenagers. What programs do you have? Can you tell us a bit more?
Well, usually the starting place is meeting with someone for counseling, building a relationship, and often because the initial impact of an unplanned pregnancy is overwhelming, and it's just very hard to make decisions, to think clearly. The emotions are high, and so having someone to support, to help with information and encourage is the starting point. And from there, we walk and journey with our teens, as they're making decisions and as working with their families as well, because often the family's in crisis too. And so it's very important to try and involve the parents and help them to work together, but also help her feel supported, that it feels like that she's not alone. I think that's a big aspect to it. Yeah. And as they work through it, we take it step by step in terms of support, lots of practical support and lots of relational support as well.
Yeah. And you also try to keep the girls or assist them to remain in school.
Very, very much so.
How do you do that?
Well, we're very passionate about that and encouraging her and her family to communicate with the school soon as she finds out, but also to work out a plan. But also we in our teen parent group, they talk about their schoolwork. We sometimes have extra tutoring for maths, help with some of the practical needs that she has, just to enable her to stay in school and to thrive in school, not just say it, but to grow. We had one young lady last year, all of her grades went up through the coaching and the support of the Teen Mom program.
Yeah. You can also tell us, Jeanette, the role of the community. What can they do to assist these girls rather than condemn them?
I think first of all, send them to Options Care Centre to get help, to get counseling first of all, because it is a struggle to find out that actually you are pregnant, and now you have to still go to school and cope with being a mother, cope with being the fact that you have to raise a baby also. So you need the community to encourage you, to help you, and to be equipped and to get empowered to continue to do your best, because it's easy to give up. It's easy to feel that you fail now and to give up on your dreams in order to reach something. It's hard. You need that extra boost with someone.
Jeanette, there's a belief that many of these teenage girls get pregnant to get the social grant. What is your take on that?
My personal opinion, I've also been a teenager and fall pregnant at a young age. And I know because of peer pressure, that's why I started a sexual relationship. And I also know from home situations that wasn't okay at home, that was easily for me to want to have a relationship with a man because I needed to feel loved or felt loved. So it wasn't, it's not about the sasa or anything. Sometimes it's pressure and sometimes it's your home circumstances that tend you to move into that direction.
And then also, do teen moms actually raise their own kids or are they handed over to the grandmom?
Some of them get the opportunity, but lots of them don't get the opportunity. I remember I had a mother that says the child needed to say to her mom and not grandmom because she didn't feel like she was a grandmom. And lots of time the grandmothers do take over.
So I think it's one thing we realize is it's not one size fits all. Each family and each situation is different and unique with pressure. So we also helping the girls take responsibility, but also work within their family because there's definitely the parents are an important part of their support structure, and so to work together with them and try and work out mutually agreeable way of working. So.
And then, Laurie, a big question: how can this cycle be broken?
Well, that's a huge question. I think we have a heart at Options is to impact younger youth. Being in part of school programs, youth groups in the grade 6, 7 age group, helping prepare them for the pressures of adolescence, also helping families work together. So certainly there's not it has been around for a long time, but it's definitely, our heart to reach youth before they need us.
Thank you very much, Laurie and Jeanette, for your insights. We appreciate it. Read more on this pressing matter in the George Herald and on our website. Goodbye for now from me, Alida de Beer.